Hello everyone and welcome to day 8 of the Advent calendar. Number 8 window is here. Let's see which crystal is under there then. What do we have today? Oh wow, what is this? I'm actually not entirely sure what that is. Is that an agate? Oh, isn't that interesting looking? Wow, I'm actually going to have to look on the back of the box for this one. For me, for some reason, it reminds me of a coal tit, which is a type of little bird. Doesn't it kind of look like a coal tit's head? Oh my, I'm a bit stumped with this one. I'm actually not sure what it is. Let me pause and consult the back of the box. Well, I am absolutely stumped. I don't know what this is. Maybe somebody in the comments can help me out here, because looking at all the crystals on the back of the box, I can't see it being any of them. Is it a quartz? It's just so strange looking. Wow. Okay. I mean, the only two possibilities that I can see on the back of the box, because it's definitely none of the others, the only ones that I can rule it out to are Dragon Bloodstone, which I think is probably more green than that, or Smoky Quartz, which it can't possibly be because that's a clear crystal. That's this is Smoky Quartz, so it can't. I mean, could it be? It's a little bit opaque. It's such a strange crystal, isn't it interesting? We have a mystery crystal. Isn't that exciting? So 8th of December, today's energy is confusion, unexpected surprises and mysteries to solve. How exciting. Wow, I'm fascinated. I literally have no idea what this is. I cannot identify it. I don't know what this is. Wow. It certainly doesn't appear to be anything that's listed on the back of the box. How odd. Okay, onwards and upwards. It's interesting because I've actually picked some different cards for you today. We've got the Moonology Oracle and we have the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle, which is a very spiritual one. So it could be connected to this. But for me, this is the titmouse stone, and that's what I'm going to call it because it looks like a coal tit. So there we go. And tit is not a rude word, by the way. It's a little dicky bird, so none of that nonsense, please. Right. Okay. So I think the nearest, the equivalent to a tit or titmouse bird in the United States is a chickadee. So it's kind of like a little chickadee stone. Okay. Oh, well, those wanted to come out, so we got 2 from this pack. Okay, then. Crown Chakra Upgrade. Earth Star Activation. We were talking about the Earth Star yesterday, weren't we? Isn't that interesting? Okay. So, Crown Chakra Upgrade, Divine Connection, Holy Experiences, Miraculous Energy. Wow. Earth Star Activation, Anchoring, Grounded Energy, Grounded Action, Isis Energy. So the Divine Feminine coming in very strongly here with this powerful Merkaba. So this is about activation of the physical body, I want to say. So we've got the Crown and the Earth Star, which are diametrically opposed because the Crown is the chakra right on top of your head and the Earth Star chakra is the one beneath you. So it's the two opposites, the high and the low. So the connection to the divine and your connection to the earth. Isn't that interesting? So for me, this is a full-on body alignment. It feels like a physical alignment happening today. Maybe some unexpected changes to your body, unexpected decisions about how you want to exercise, things you want to do with your body. Cards falling out of my deck as I'm shuffling them. I'm putting them back in and shuffling again. It's a very powerful day, I think. Very interesting energy today. It does feel like there's something happening. There's definitely something going down energetically. So if you feel exhausted, tired today, don't be surprised. I had to take a nap this afternoon. I never do that. Then I woke up not knowing what day it was, and that wasn't fun. Okay. New moon in Sagittarius. Apparently we're doing 2. And new moon in Scorpio. We've got 2 new moons. New beginnings. Look at this. Is the first slither of the moon. The first visible crescent of the new moon. New moon in Sagittarius and new moon in Scorpio. So luck is on your side. Work through your fears. So I feel like we are becoming more healed in ways that allow us to have mastery over emotions, fear stuck in the body, anxiety, because anxiety feels physical, doesn't it? You know, the body gets shaky and the adrenaline starts pumping and you feel this horrible sense of dread and you feel sick, and it feels like helping to heal the physical aspects of things like anxiety, depression, which is also stuck in the body, and it can actually, you know, every sort of dark emotion, shall we say, every quote unquote negative emotion can manifest as something more serious in the body and can lead to dis-ease. Yes, it feels like the physical body itself is being looked at, being activated, being healed, being highlighted. And there is a lot of reassurance here that even if we're afraid at the moment, we can work through this. There's a new beginning coming for us. Luck is on our side. It's okay. And we are in Sagittarius season at the moment. We've just come out of Scorpio season, just moving into Sagittarius seasons for the sun. So yes, we can take our aim, fire our arrow, and there's good fortune on the cards for us. So this is all very positive, great sign if you're hoping for a new beginning or hoping to make a change, which is certainly not the easiest time to do it because we're in Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde. So we may be feeling less vital, less energized, more confused. Mercury retrograde is not normally a time that's particularly helpful for signing new contracts. However, we may get a lucky break. So exciting time. You let me know in the comments how you're feeling today. I hope you've had a good weekend, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, it's the 9th of December. It's time to open our crystal advent calendar and pull some cards. Number 9, let's see. Oh, goodness me, let's see what we've got today. This is difficult to open, this one. This doesn't want to... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's Dalmatian Jasper, I believe. Let's see, Dalmatian Jasper. Yes, indeedy. I actually really like Dalmatian Jasper, not just because it reminds me of 101 Dalmatians, and that's really cute. Wow, okay, what does it say for this one? Let's see. The Stone of Joy helps to release anger with its calming and grounding properties, bringing awareness of strengths and weaknesses. Wonderful, highlighting where we're strong and where we are weak, where we can make improvements, where we need support, where we can support others. There's a lot to look at in these shapes as well. The spots on here, you can spend hours just gazing at them, seeing different shapes kind of jumping out at you. I can see like a goldfish there. I really like this. So let's pop our Dalmatian Jasper down and let's take our cards. We've still got the Moonology Oracle, and I've also got the Guardian of the Night Tarot here today. So let's see what our messages are for today, 9th of December. Okay. 20, Judgment. Interesting. Because we were talking about, you know, it helps you to discern your strengths and weaknesses. It's interesting, staying on that theme. And a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Interesting. Interesting indeed, she says, stroking her crystal skull. Wow. I wasn't expecting that message today, and yet here it is. Okay. So it looks like something is coming into balance here. Wow, something could be changing for you in your love life, something changing in your romantic life. Something being made fair, I want to say, with Judgment. Maybe somebody realising how much they care about you. Maybe somebody realising that how they feel about you. Maybe you realising how you feel about somebody else, wanting to say something about it. Because look at this bird. He's got his mouth wide open. That bird is singing his heart out. Absolutely singing his heart out. And there's kind of like images of almost like cats down here, like big cats. Can you see them? You see what I'm talking about? So this snake here has just shed a skin. There's almost like these kind of dark, sort of almost cartoony looking cats, very dark among the thorns here. And then these look like poppies, which is weird because you'd expect to have roses with thorns, not poppies. But poppies are about death and rebirth, aren't they? And obviously shedding a skin is about a new beginning. Moving up to what looks like magnolia up here. And all these lovely stars. So the snake is very much going in the right direction. So it feels like a Kundalini rising. Maybe somebody is having a spiritual awakening around this time. maybe somebody romantically connected to you, or who wants to be romantically connected to you, or who you want to be romantically connected to is having a spiritual awakening. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're the one having some sort of Kundalini rising, spiritual awakening. It's fascinating. And it's come at a price. It's come at a cost with these poppies, because that's reminiscent of death in the war, isn't it? And the skin that had to be left behind, these kind of scary look. It almost looks like a lynx, like these scary sort of cats down here that could be dangerous. You know, these thorns, thorns but no roses, which talks to me of struggle, strife, or maybe they're brambles. I mean, yeah, but there's no fruit anyway. It's all been struggle, but it leads to something better. It leads on to the light. It leads on to this lovely starry magnolias. And what is this sort of white cloudy bit that the snake's just gone through? It's almost like it's been through a transition here to go higher, to reach its higher potential, its highest potential, and that's what it's reaching for at the moment. And the bird is kind of singing its song. It's teaching you to sing loud, sing clear, speak your truth. Interesting. And on 20, of course, that reduces to 2, and 2 is, of course, a number about relationships, but it's also a number about polarities and differences, and finding the middle ground. And then the Judgment card itself is very appropriate, because we are in Mercury retrograde, and that is a very good time to take a look back at what we've done, what we've achieved, what we've maybe what we haven't done, where we didn't go that we would have wanted to. It's a good time to course correct. So it feels like an advancement energetically. It feels like coming into one's own power, but righteous power for the right reasons, maybe making a course correction. And it does come in with a theme of love here as well, a new romantic cycle. And that can be self-love as well. It doesn't have to be somebody else. You know, that could be about self-love, learning to love the inner self, the inner child, for example. But for some of us out there, I think this is a little bit more literal. I think we had new moons yesterday, didn't we? It was all about new beginnings. So there's lots of new beginnings sort of starting to very tentatively show themselves right now. Very interesting. Things coming into balance, but in a spiritual way. Things coming into spiritual balance for the right reasons now. And I think anything that's held us back, that we've been held back from, will start to make sense a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed that message. I will see you all again tomorrow for your Advent calendar. And there will be some more pick a card readings coming up, so don't you worry. When I've got some time, there is a brilliant Christmas Hello Kitty one coming up with some blind boxes, which I know you're going to love. So you guys take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, we are back for another Advent calendar opening. Now, yesterday was the 10th and today is the 11th. I was in a very weird mood yesterday and that just did not happen. So we're going to do both today. We're going to have a little bit of a catch up, and I've got some very exciting news for you as well. So let's start with the Advent calendar. Let's have a look at number 10. We have Amethyst. There it is. That's an interesting piece. I like this kind of grey, opaque section here. Isn't that a lovely stone? Very interesting. I could spend hours looking at that, pulling messages out of it for us. Okay, Amethyst, wonderful. The great negativity. It's like a dust buster for negativity. It's like a vacuum cleaner for negativity. Wonderful for that. Very good for depression, for low mood. Connects with the crown chakra. Also connects us to our psychic ability, which is very appropriate because I have this gorgeous new pack of cards here from my good friend Jules Rain. This is the Art of Intuitive Alchemy Toracle. So it's a mixture of a tarot and an oracle deck. It's a very, very good. The symbolic language of self-discovery. She is a fantastic artist. This is all her own original artwork, and I am so honoured to have one of the first copies of this deck. So, which arrived yesterday in the post, and I was so excited. Isn't it gorgeous? So we are going to be pulling some of these today. Absolutely gorgeous energy, very beautiful divine feminine energy on these cards. Do strongly recommend them. I will put a link below where you can get these. So 10th of December, so yesterday's energy, Tuesday. Yesterday was a weird day, right? Not just me. I'm sure it's not just me, is it? Tell me in the comments below if you had a weird day on the 10th. It was a weird one. The energy was 10, 12, 8. We're in an 8 year, aren't we? So it was 10, 12, 8. So it's like 10, 22, 30, 33. So yesterday's numerology was 30, so 30 reduces to 3. It was about new beginnings or potential new beginnings, because we're in Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, so we're not necessarily taking the actions, but we're looking at what it might look like if we were to have a new beginning, planning what that blueprint would look like, what that new plan would have looked like, you know, possibly thinking about changing our minds. All right, let's look at yesterday's energy. Star, hard times are over. 29. 29 is the number before 30. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm and positivity. So that's what we were hoping for yesterday. There was a real sense of maybe I can make a change. Maybe I can do something differently. Maybe it's time to throw the towel in on something and start something else. There was a real sense of hope as well coming through, which is nice. It was kind of a weird day, a mixture of, you know, bittersweet hope tinged with sadness and anger and a whole smorgasbord of emotions. So let's get one more card there. Oh, the reishi mushroom, which is a spirit medicine on number 1. And this one appears to be growing on a tree, although it looks like a green hairy leg, but I'm sure it's a tree. Very interesting mushroom, this one. So spirit medicine, and 29 plus 1 is 30. There's our numerology. There it is. It was going to show up, wasn't it? But 1 is about the beginnings. It's about the individual. My chair's creaking. But it is about new beginnings. It's about starts. It's the first step towards something new. So I feel yesterday was an instrumental day. It taught us something very deep on a spiritual level. It taught us something on an emotional level. It could have taken you on a bit of an emotional journey. But that was necessary because you needed to learn something. And I think today possibly things are a little bit clearer than they were yesterday. That's certainly the energy that I'm getting. But something has piqued our interest. Something has told us to set our sights a little bit higher. So hopefully off the back of yesterday's weirdness, we may be setting our sights a little bit higher. Asking for better for ourselves, I think, is yesterday's lesson as well. And knowing that we can achieve things with spirit, with God, all things are possible. So let's move on to today's energy. Today is the 11th. Ooh. Ow, that did not open properly. Did you see that? It ripped. That's the first one that's torn. Isn't that interesting? So something isn't going quite right today. Something's going a bit wrong. And even then it just didn't open properly. This is rhodonite, I believe. Let's have a little check on the back here. Yes, there is rhodonite in here. The stone of compassion. It stimulates the heart and nurtures love by clearing away emotional scars from the past. Something I really like, this crystal. It is a Libran crystal. If you're a Libra, this is one of yours. It helps to balance you. It helps to balance your emotions. Gorgeous crystal to work with, that soft pink and the very grounding and dark shadowy black veins in there as well. Sometimes it's sort of larger patches on larger pieces of rhodonite. I am just looking around, see if mine is here that I can show you, but I'm not sure. My crystals are all over the shop at the moment. I need to be a bit tidier with them. Anyway, that's not a problem. Rhodonite. That one goes here. This one is going to go over here next to my turtle. I've been lining all of these crystals up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. 6. There we go. So today's messages. Let's take a look. I want to go to the Toracle first. To Jules's Toracle. That sounded a bit cheeky, didn't it? Right. I haven't actually shuffled these yet. These are beautiful cards. Look. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? I love that. That's actually my favourite one, is Strength, because it kind of reminds me of Cheetara from Thundercats. 80s kids, put your hands up. So I'm just going to give these their first shuffle. I have already cleansed them, so don't worry about that. All right. Let's get a message for today from the gorgeous Toracle cards. They shuffle ever so nicely, I tell you. These are very nice cards, very smooth to shuffle, so they're gliding very easily on each other. That's always a good sign. Makes them easier to work with. You want the bottom one, don't you? Seeing and hearing. Wow, on 38. 38, 11, 2. Okay. Actually says seeing down the side here. I love all the symbolism in these cards because there's so, I mean, you can just gaze at them. There's so much you can pull out. Some of them have their eyes closed, some of them have their eyes open. But look, you can see the third eye is very much open on this card as well. So it's beyond normal seeing and hearing. This is spirit messages coming in for sure. There could be messages coming in from other planetary systems here as well for some people. Some of the messages could be coming through mathematics, I want to say, through patterns and code. You could be observing things. You may be a mathematician, a scientist, you know, things could be standing out to you right now. But there's certainly a sense of things coming into our reality that we wouldn't normally perceive with the 3D senses. The 5 senses, as we call them, which is ridiculous because we have so many more than 5. There is a sense of communication from across the veil here, from further away. And with these markings up here, I kind of want to say 29 as well. Almost looks like 29 to me. That's how it's standing out. I don't know what that's intended to be because there's all sorts of interesting like symbolism and signs drawn on these, but I'm seeing that as a 29. So that's what I'm going to go with. So again, 29 was the number we had on the card for yesterday for the 10th. 29, 11, 2, which is spiritual wisdom, intuition, balance. It's very interesting, very spiritual number. 29 comes in with a lot of wisdom. It teaches us about preparing for the new beginning, using our wisdom, using what we've learned so far, and finding emotional balance to actually make the right decisions. So to create the new. Fascinating. I'm loving this card. There's so much in there. I just want to dive into it. Okay, so we've also got the Energy Oracle today as well. All right. I think Jules is actually a Libra too, so it's nice that we've got the Libra stone here. So, hi Jules, if you're watching. Okay. All right, another card for today. 30. You couldn't make this up. Seriously, you guys watched me do that. You watched me do that. You could not make this up. 30. Here's the new beginning. There's a new beginning on the cards, like it or not, it's coming. The garden and the gate. Yes. Ooh. Big yawn from me. Big energy shift, people. Did you feel that? Did you feel that? Because I wasn't about to yawn then. That was a big energy shift. And my chair's creaking again. Sorry if you can hear that. It's not me farting. The garden and the gate. Now, I always find this one interesting because this little girl is in this very beautiful garden where she's got all these lovely flowers and birds and butterflies. And yet there's this gate. And what's beyond the gate is a little bit mysterious. It's a bit more wild. It's not controlled. It's not... looks like there's some sort of path going off here into the distance, and there are fields and they start to get a little bit misty, and it's not clear, and there's these different colours, the pink and the green, and it's all very evocative of the heart and the higher heart chakra. So it is all about love, self-love, understanding our emotions, understanding ourselves. And with the 2 butterflies, look how they're flying in opposite directions. Oh, another big yawn. Big shifts, guys. And there's a little birdhouse here. What's a butterfly doing going in a birdhouse? Is my question. Are you a butterfly living in a birdhouse? Are you somewhere you do not really belong? Because she's looking out there thinking, kind of want to go out there. I'm a bit scared, and there's just this flimsy gate between me and the outside that I absolutely could open if I wanted to, but I rather like where I am now because it's quite pretty. There are nice flowers here, and I'm habituated to this place, so perhaps I'll stay here. Interesting one. So is it time to step outside of your comfort zone into what looks a bit scary and unknown and perhaps uncultivated, unexplored? Is it time to start something new, perhaps from scratch, even having to build something new, because this garden's established. Out there, there's nothing. You know, that looks like very uneven land, very uneven ground. You'd have to work very hard to make out there look as beautiful as here. But is it time for a new challenge? Is it time to move on to something that you can beautify, that you can bring your beautiful spirit to, your energy, to bring that fecundity, that fertility to other people, for them to profit from and benefit from your ideas, from your inspiration, from your guidance, your leadership, your light, your healing? Is it time? That's my question. I think that's the question for today, for number 11. And 11 also reduces to 2, so 29, 11, 2. And 38, also 11, 2. Interesting times. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there because this is supposed to be the advent calendar. Otherwise, I'll just keep going and just start reading every card in sight. You guys know what I'm like. So I have put up a little poll on my community tab, which I would ask you to have a quick look at and vote for me, please, because I have been considering moving this type of reading, like the energy update type reading, back over to my original channel, which is Angel Wings Holistics, and keeping this one, Cosmic Dragon, just for the timeless readings, just for the pick a card readings. And I would like your opinion on that. What would you like to see? Do you want only pick a card ones here and the other ones on the other channel, or do you want everything kept here? So I'm all ears. I'd like to know what you guys think, and I will see you again very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Hello and welcome to day 12 of our advent calendar. We're going to open our crystal advent calendar. We're going to look at some cards, and we're going to have some extra messages as well, because it's also the 12-12 portal, and as I said that, 12 seconds on my clock. Love it. Okay, let's take a look at our crystal for today. What do we have? Oh wow, look at that piece of turquoise. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Just look at that colour. Beautiful. It may or may not have been dyed to give it a bit more of a vivid colour. I'm not sure. I mean, to be fair, this was quite expensive, so I would hope not. Blue turquoise, the stone of relaxation, reduces anxiety, stress and tension, and banishes aggressiveness and emotional upsets. Also a very protective stone too. Resonates with the throat chakra, helps us to speak our truth and to be heard. Beautiful. Love this stone. I love all the little pits in it as well, little holes. I always seem to pick crystals that have a lot of damage because I resonate with that. I've taken a lot of damage. Love this one. Love these three big, kind of like this triangle formation on the front here. That's interesting, isn't it? Almost like a, this is weird, that looks like a saxophone to me, so that could be a message for somebody as well. So right, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This one goes on this side next to the other piece of turquoise. Well, that's appropriate, isn't it? Next to the white howlite. Okay, so who spotted my intentional mistake? The pink rhodonite was here all along when we were looking at the rhodonite yesterday. Okay, was it yesterday, day before? I forget, because I did the 10th and 11th at the same time, so don't come at me. Right, so we are going to start with the Toracle cards. So the Toracle by my good friend Jules Rain, The Art of Intuitive Alchemy Toracle, the symbolic language of self-discovery. Absolutely love these cards. I've loved her artwork, admired her artwork for a long time. I do have some pieces of it as well. Amazing, amazing lady, very intuitive artist. So go check out her stuff on Etsy. The link to this deck is below, and you can find way more in her store. So she might even do commissions if you ask nicely. All right, what messages do we have for today? The 12-12 Oracle. Okay, the 12-12 Oracle. Oh, I meant to say portal. Isn't that interesting? The word oracle jumped out of my mouth. That's very interesting. It means it's a day of oracle. It means there's a day when there are a lot of messages for us, doesn't it, Skull? Yes. Was chatting to my rose quartz crystal skull earlier. very, very powerful, beautiful, benevolent crystal skull, this one. We were having a little chat, weren't we, about love. And so I have some love cards here as well to have a look at. I've got the Lover's Oracle, so we are going to get some love messages as well for the 1212 Oracle portal. So there we go. All right, so what do we need to know? What's our message, our guidance? 50, Seer. Well, if that isn't an oracle, I don't know what is. 41, Dreamscape. Oh. 22, Starlight. Love that one. Oh, well, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Thank you, Toracle cards. I tell you what, these never cease to amaze me when I work with these cards. They're so incredible to work with. Just, they're so powerful, and I absolutely love the imagery. And because I'm a very intuitive reader, I go very deep into these cards when I look at them. It's like, you know, I don't like read books and memorize meanings, although I have finally done that with the tarot. I resisted for so long because I am an intuitive reader. I always have been. I've always relied way more on my intuition, my natural ability, my natural clairvoyance than any book. But I do find the tarot fascinating, and I did want to learn the traditional meanings. And this deck does include some of the traditional major arcana, but with a bit of a twist. So 50. Halfway to 100. Now 50 is an interesting one because it's a number of wisdom, great wisdom of the mind, where we've learned a lot, where we've achieved a lot. But also when we were in our 50s, I feel we've got some people watching who are actually in that decade of their life right now, or maybe who've been through it. But it feels like that kind of looks like a, I want to say like a, oh, I can see what it is. It's actually a statue of a lady, but for a second, that I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to zoom in on it because I don't think she has any clothes on, and I don't have my sensor shells in place right now. So let's just gloss over that. But you know, I finally saw it was a sculpture of a lady in stone. I think I can't tell because I'd need a magnifying glass literally to see that. But I saw it as a crystal, as a big crystal point like this. That's what I saw. But kind of like, I wanted to say kind of like a smoky quartz like this one, or maybe a citrine, and I was torn. I wasn't sure which one it was. But now I see why, because it's actually neither. But I'm getting the vibe of smoky quartz and of citrine here as well. So smoky quartz, a very protective crystal, very powerful crystal. Helps to absorb and redirect negativity, absorb and redirect EMFs, various negative vibrations, very useful crystal. Mine has like a little window on it as well. This is a very interesting one to work with. And then the snake coming up here, helping us to speak the truth, to speak our truth, and I would say our spiritual truth as well, because to me that's representative of the Kundalini rising, also representative of healing. So the seer, isn't she beautiful? And she's got music here as well, like manuscript, sheet music. And I can't even see what that is in the corner. Again, I'm gonna have to get a magnifying glass out and have a really good look at these, because you can go so deep into these cards. And then there's the contrasting black and white, but it's black and white teeth. It's like the truth has teeth. Do you really want to know the truth? Because it has teeth, and we can no longer hide behind comforting lies when we see the truth. When the seer speaks to us, when the oracle speaks to us and tells us our truth, are we ready for it? Are we ready for it? Interesting. Yeah. Fascinating. But yes, there's certainly wisdom coming through from the higher realms through the infinity symbol here as well. That higher wisdom that is always with us. And this symbol, this kind of shape here, representative of the center of the Vesica Pisces, the divine birth canal. So what is being birthed anew through our oracle, through our divinity, through our intuition, that which we understand, that which the vision that we are gifted with by our higher self, by our guides, by God, Goddess. What do we see there? What do we choose to see? What do we choose to... Oh, I said say. I meant to say see. What do we choose to say? That's another interesting one, because with the turquoise here, are we censoring ourselves unnecessarily when the truth would be more appropriate? That's a good question. We've got lots of turquoise colour in the Dreamscape card, and I've just been told by my guides to go back to the first one because we've not finished with this yet. I've been told off. Okay, this is fine. Oh, there's so much here in this card, so much to pull out, so much depth. There's an unevenness to the truth. There is an unevenness. There is fire. There is passion. There's salt and water. Love her little headdress here. Beautiful. There is so much that we do not know. But I feel, yes, now I'm being given the green light to move to the next card. This is how I work, guys. Under instruction, getting told off at every turn. I feel like messages will be coming through our dreams at this time. Maybe tonight, maybe it was last night, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's very, very soon. But very powerful dreams coming through, premonitions, visions of the future, messages about what could be, potential, guidance, wisdom coming through in confusing languages, in confusing the language of symbolism, the language of, it's the language of symbolism, the language of images that can confuse us. Because in Dreamscape, we can't write any words. They come out as nonsense because we're using the wrong part of our brain. Have you ever tried to read a newspaper in a dream? I've tried to read things in dreams and they're just utter nonsense. You can't do it. You're using the wrong part of your brain. It doesn't work. You very rarely see a word written correctly in a dream. But that's okay. The balancing, it's going to allow us to see that the sunshine is the blessing to the desert, not the curse. Oh, that's profound. Okay. Yes. Going to help us to see clearly, but also help us to speak clearly moving forward so that we can manifest that which it is that we want. With 41 as well, 41, 5, bring it, so it's another 5, just like 50 reduces to 5 as well. 5 plus 0 is 5. So at 50, it's divine, unlimited potential of the void, of the no-thingness leading the conscious mind. But here it's the individual leading the physical world, and it reduces to the mind. So the mind is the conduit for that. So our lower mind, as we call it, is actually very important. It's very useful to us. It allows us to do things and achieve things in this 3D realm. It'd be very difficult to function without. Oh, to some degree. Now I'm yawning. Big yawn. Energy shift, guys. Who else felt that? Okay. Gorgeous. There's a connection to the Fae here, to the fairy realms, to the elementals, specifically the fairies and elves, I'm being told here as well. So, I mean, fairy folk or elves could actually show up in your dreams at the moment. Pay attention if they do. They're there to give you messages. They are there to guide and teach you. There is something to be said about guiding and teaching through music with all of these cards as well. Maybe you play music, maybe you want to be in the public eye, maybe you have been, maybe you are. Maybe you have some celebrities watching who are involved in the music industry, influential people watching, all kinds of people watch my channel. I'm here for everybody. The star. 22, starlight. 22 for the feet of the goddess. Absolutely gorgeous energy. I love these pinks and magentas. They really speak to me. They are my colours. And she has her eyes closed, notice, whereas these two have their eyes open. This is something I love about this deck. Some of them have their eyes open, some of them have their eyes closed. And it's very interesting to observe when you're looking at the images. But look at this gorgeous triangular shape. And it's the same sort of triangular shape that I was noticing. Obviously, that's more of an equilateral triangle. And this is, much flatter, kind of less angular triangle. Less angular. What am I saying? The angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees, don't they, for every triangle in the world? That's just one of those things. I think that's right. Don't come at me if that's wrong. It's been a long time. This is kind of more of a squished one. This is a much taller triangle. Triangles. Okay. There's a connection to triangles here. Could literally be the musical instrument, the triangle, which I like to joke that that's the one that I play. Of course, I do play other ones as well, but people don't need to know that. There's no need to brag. I don't play them that well. So The wounded star is what I want to talk about here. Because look, what is this marking on her neck? To me, that almost looks like a wound that has stitches. And it's purple, so it's quite recent. I want to talk about the wounded star. She who guides others. She who is tapped in. She is a guide. She is connected to the elementals. She guides and heals and helps others, but she is wounded. She is wounded. She's hanging on by her fingernails. And that could be you, could be an element or an aspect of you, could be somebody you know. But there is a coming together of energies right now in balance. There is a balancing that is long overdue. We have been asking for things, we have been asking for manifestations, and we have been waiting, and we have been diverted and sent on tangents, and it's been a confusing couple of years. And I want to say it's due to come in now. And one of the problems with this time is that everything's coming in at once. And Chrissy did warn us this was going to happen. Chrissy from Zeta Afuki. If you don't know her channel, I'll link it below. She's amazing. Check her out. My good friend, Chrissy Sawyer. Good friend and teacher. She is definitely one of my teachers. One of my spiritual teachers. One of my guides. Has helped me a lot. And look, I'm holding my snake and my ammonite for some reason. So I'm holding some very ancient energies here. So there's the snake, which is reminiscent of this one here. You see. I don't think there's an ammonite anywhere on any of the cards, unless I haven't noticed, and I've just been unbelievably intuitive right now. But I am feeling the ancient ammonites. Very drawn to these energies, particularly. You might be very drawn to some of these fossilized energies which carry such ancient wisdom of creation, of perfection, of balance, and grounding too. Let's pop little Snaky. I wonder if Snaky will fit on my... No, not quite. Ah, it would have been too cool. Too good. All right, pop Snaky there. Let's pop Ammonite here. And let us get some Moonology cards. Get some extra messages here, because there's something very deep, very powerful and very ancient wanting to come through here. This is some deep messages coming through. Deep and ancient energies being released into the world right now. Something's being uncovered, something's being released that has been hidden from us for a long time. And this could be very literal, like, I don't know, uncovering Atlantis or the Library of Alexandria or something. You know what I mean? It's something very ancient that's been literally covered up. And everything that happens in the physical happens in the other realms as well. So there will be hidden knowledge coming to the fore right now as well at the same time. That's unavoidable. As above, so below. As within, so without. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Look at these lovely pinks and purples. Isn't that gorgeous? And these cards are not all pink and purple. I'll tell you that. They are not. There's all kinds of different colours. You know, there's blues, there's greens, there's yellows. Lots of pink and purple. There's lots of love and wisdom energy in the system right now. There's a lot going on. What is it that you need to do? And the cardinal signs are signs of leadership. They are the leaders of the zodiac. They're the ones who are the natural leaders. The North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Something has to be healed, but the only way to heal it is for you to take the first step. Okay, so can we elaborate on that, please? Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Okay. And it's time to release negativity also in Scorpio, but this time it's the full moon. So we've got the two extremes going into very, very deep scorpionic waters, working on something very deep, very ancient primal fears. This is some deep emotional work for the 1212 portal. We are being guided to do deep emotional work that will allow us to release negativity, to release fears, so that we can step forwards. And notice how all of these 4 cards are purple and that one's pink. Now, like I just said, there's all different coloured cards in this deck. They're not all pink and purple. Okay, so we've got the crown chakra here. So this is very deep work. This is deep spiritual, intuitive work. Scorpio is such an intuitive sign as well. Such a deep sign, such deep waters of emotion, such deep painful waters, sometimes with themes of betrayal. It's painful, ancient, dark, past emotions, possibly from past lives. Some of this stuff we're sifting through right now is actually from past lives, which is why it feels so deep, so dark. And there could be actually people in your life right now who are connected to your past lives that are making you go through this. This could be a love connection, not necessarily. It could be a friendship connection, you know, someone you work with, some sort of other connection. But I think for a lot of people it is going to be a love connection or some sort of romantic connection. So let's take some Lovers Oracle cards now, just to finish off, to get some other advice messages. And remember, most of these messages can also be taken in a platonic sense as well if the romantic doesn't apply to you. Take it as applies to you. Or not. If it doesn't resonate, leave it for somebody else. Okay, let's see what we got. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So yes, and that comes right on top of the step out of your comfort zone and release negativity. What is holding you back? What negativity is holding you back? What fears are holding you back? What resentment is holding you back? You know, Scorpio holds a lot of resentment, can hold grudges like no one else. And boy, do they take revenge, you know. 2 cards just fell out, so I'm going to bring them in. Oh no, it was 3 cards fell out. Okay. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Oh, what did I just say about resentment? Interesting. And reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And on the bottom we have wait. So it's certainly a time of waiting. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. If you're waiting for somebody right now, patience is needed. If there's somebody you want to be with that you can't be with right now, patience is needed. And use this time to work on yourself, to work on healing your own heart. And I think that's incredibly important right now, because I feel there are some powerful soulmate relationships, soulmate connections kind of being lined up for many of us right now, but they can't quite come together yet. And it's been very frustrating, because many of us have felt these connections and thought, wait a minute, that person's supposed to be with me. I know it. I know they want to be with me, but there's all these obstacles in the way. And why isn't it happening? You know, it feels like obstacles and obstacles and obstacles are being put in our way. It's been upsetting, it's been frustrating. You might have been asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Did I take a wrong turn? Did I not follow the universe's advice? No, that's not it. It's deeper than that. It makes more sense than that. And I want you to stop blaming yourself and just focus on your healing, healing any deep, dark, difficult feelings of resentment, of pain, those difficult emotions. Allow yourself to recognize them in yourself and to work through them. Okay. Proposal. Yeah, it's definitely a romantic connection here for a lot of people. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated, and it could be both. It could be someone you work with. Okay. 27, 9 and 2. Angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So whatever is happening here, you are very much being protected angelically. You may have even asked the angels for help here with your love life or with various parts of your life. But if you've been waiting on someone, it could be literally someone that nothing's ever happened with before, who's never even confessed how they feel to you, but you know, because your intuition just knows. You know, you may have had dreams about them, you know the connection is there and you're waiting for them to actually, I don't know, pluck up the courage to tell you, or to be ready, maybe. But there's something here. There is something here. It cannot be rushed. That is the message. It cannot be rushed. But that is for the right reasons. So let's take this time to work through some things, to work on our own spirituality, to heal those dark, painful recesses of the mind where we store that resentment. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this resonated for somebody out there. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow for the 13th. I'm off to open my chocolate advent calendar now. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye. Hello to my Cosmic Dragon friends. Are you ready for today's Advent Calendar reading? Yes, excellent. Let's carry on. So it is Friday the 13th of December. Our crystal for today, let's see, is white howlite. Now that's definitely a piece of white howlite. I've got no doubt about that, which means that isn't. I still think this is a smoky quartz because it looks very quartzy. And if you look, I've got another piece of natural quartz here that I actually foraged, and there are some similarities. This is sort of a more opaque one, but it's got the black veins in it as well, so I think this is a quartz. However, white howlite, and this is a big piece. I like this, and I kind of like the bit that's been the chunk that's missing there as well. That kind of appeals to me. Like I was saying to yesterday, I always end up with crystals with big flaws because I relate, and that's fine. So what does it say on the box about white howlite today? It says the stone of infinite patience helps to bring new ideas into focus and aids in achieving ambitions and dreams. Isn't that lovely? Well, isn't that nice? Yes, I think so. We have the Moonology Oracle, and we also have, what's this one called? The Fortune Oracle, which we are using today for our messages for Friday the 13th of December for our Advent calendar. Let's see what our messages are. I'm also going to be doing an energy update for the weekend, which I will be putting over on my other channel, Angel Wings Holistics. I'm going to be putting the energy updates and other bits and pieces over there. We are going to continue on this channel with timeless readings with pick a cards, and I will of course finish the advent calendar for all you guys. But as of next year, I will be focusing on pick a card for this channel. So remember to subscribe to Angel Wings Holistics as well, so you don't miss any of my videos. Okay, we have two cards apparently. That was one yesterday, wasn't it? Step out of your comfort zone and show the world the real you. Wow, what a message. Okay, guys. Shit's getting real. Okay, 2:22 on the clock as I say that. Wow, finding balance within oneself and leading from the heart. I want to say step out of your comfort zone, lead from your heart, lead from your intuition, show the world who you truly are, fly that freak flag, be the real you. How exciting. I'm loving this energy. Other people may not believe in you, but that's no reason not to believe in yourself. Wow, it's all about the future now. It's all about moving into a more authentic future. Angel, we had that one yesterday. That's insane. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Again, number 2 energy coming through here with the 2 on this card. And I'm just literally sat here shuffling those. Okay, there's no way that could have happened by accident. 14, judgment, soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. And 7, cracker, well that's appropriate for Christmas. Positive energy surrounds you, love, joy and good fortune await. This is a really good sign. I really feel like our fortunes have changed. Like whatever was holding us back is shifting. Whatever was a problem stopping us from being our true authentic selves, from achieving what we wanted to, is being removed and allowing us to be brave, to step up, to sing our song, dance our dance, let people see us for who we truly are, without fear of judgment, is what I want to say. And I think that in itself is what brings peace. When we can truly be our true authentic self, that brings a lot of peace, because we're no longer trying to hide, we're no longer trying to be something that we're not, somebody that we're not, fulfill roles that we don't really like, maybe that don't fit us, that can cause us stress, can make us anxious. It's very difficult to live a double life and pretend to be something that you're not, and yet so many of us do it. We wear masks. It's time to take the mask off, because you just won't need it anymore. You won't need it anymore. There's so much positivity here. I really, really like this energy. There's kind of like this strong and quiet determination and confidence that comes through today's energy. It's like, I know that I am going to achieve what I want to achieve, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter. 4:44 on the clock. So yes, we are about to bring into reality. We're about to manifest into reality that which we truly are, that which we truly want. And that comes through our being authentic. Okay. Please remember to pop on over to Angel Wings Holistics. Remember to like, comment, subscribe here. Go and subscribe over there, and go and watch my energy update for the weekend and the week ahead, which will be available soon. You take very good care of yourselves. Bye bye. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Advent calendar. It's the 14th of December. Let's open number 14 on our crystal Advent calendar. What do we have? Oh yes, this looks like carnelian, I think. Okay, but let's check, because you know I can be wrong. Is it carnelian? Because it's a bit see-through. I can see light through it. I think carnelian is a little bit see-through. Let's see what else it could be according to my box. No, I think it's a carnelian. I can't see anything else it would be. So we're going to go with that. We're going to say it's carnelian, which is great. That resonates with the root chakra. I particularly like this piece. It's a very interesting piece. Look at that. What do you see when you gaze at this crystal? I find it very interesting. So it's very grounding, warming, builds confidence. Carnelian's a very good kind of useful all-rounder crystal. It's one I do like working with. So the root chakra is back in play. It's come in a lot recently, hasn't it, with our readings and our various crystals, etc. So I'm really feeling a little bit like I want to do some numerology today. So I don't have any cards here at all, but we're going to look at some numbers. So I want to get out my glow in the dark, my light up D&D dice, which are not going to light up because I haven't actually charged them up. So I'm afraid they're not going to light up today, which is a little bit sad. However, there we go. I'm going to see some numbers: 5, 6, 15, 2, 9 and 3, and 30. Now that is interesting. These are some numbers we've been seeing in readings recently as well. We're seeing some number patterns. 2 has been coming up a lot. That was coming up a lot yesterday. 15 was coming up a lot. 3, 30 have been coming a lot. Absolutely for sure there. Excuse me. So some interesting numerology here. And I want to look at the numerology of today as well, because it's the 14th of the 12th. Just seen 222 on my clock as I said that. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. So number 2 energy absolutely coming in here. So let's have a little play with the number energy that we're seeing here. First thing I'm going to do is add up all of these numbers and see which number it brings us to. And we're going to have a look at today's numerology as well a little bit, because it's the 14th of the 12th, 2024. So, so if we go 14 plus 12, so that takes us to 26. Well done, everyone. Good maths. 26. And then if we add the year as the individual digits, so 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 34. 34-7. Interesting. 34-7 takes us to the number of the mystic. So that is the the physical world leading the blueprint. So it's the blueprint being influenced by the physical world, that which is in the here and now. Isn't that interesting? So perhaps a little bit quantum here. Perhaps a little bit quantum. I want to talk about how our plans may be influenced by that which is going on around us. And with the 15 energy here, which in the tarot is the devil, which is that which we believe we're beholden to, that we cannot escape from, that controls us. Perhaps it can be addiction, it could be ego mind, it can be, yes, I've got my Christmas sweater on. I've just been to a family event. What you can't see is there's like Bedford on the front of my Christmas sweater. It's a cat that looks just like him. He was in here a minute ago, but he didn't want to stay, so I'm sorry I had to let him out. I was asking him to stay. Isn't it interesting how we allow that which we see in the physical world to dictate our plans for the future rather than being visionary? And I think there is a nudge here to be visionaries. With 5, that's the number of the mind, 6, the number of the heart, so mind and heart working together. But 2, when the choice comes in, I feel like we don't defer to the heart like we should do. And it makes it more difficult to manifest, because with 3 and 9, 369 is a powerful manifesting number. Okay, but here we've got the 6 missing. It's like the heart is missing. We've got the wisdom of 9 and the blueprint of 3, but where's the heart? And ironically, 15 reduces to 6. So we knew what was in our heart all along. And with 30, that is the new blueprint. It's the unlimited potential of the blueprint. It's understanding that we can achieve absolutely anything. And that's the energy that I get for today. So 34/7, leaning into our mysticism and allowing higher elements of us, higher elements of our intuition to guide us in what we create in our lives, as opposed to that which we can see, that which we can perceive with our 5 senses, our 3D senses, because reality is so much greater than that. And we know that. But at the end of the day, particularly when we're doing manifesting work, I've seen this over and over again. I said to someone in the past, what is it that you want? And we were having a bit of a metaphysical conversation about the future and about manifesting. And I said to them, what is it that you want? And at the time they weren't earning very much money, and they went, 30 grand a year. And I said, no, I asked you, what do you want, not what you think you can get. That's a very different question. And we can really hold ourselves back when we ask for things that are too small. Too small. Which is why I always say, when we do manifesting work, particularly in relationships or whatever, I always say, use the mantra, this or something better. This person or something better. This job or something better. Be open to better. Always be open to better. Be open to the universe having something even better in mind, even greater, even more wonderful. And I just remembered we were talking about smoky quartz the other day, weren't we? And I forgot this is actually a smoky quartz point. This is not clear quartz. If you look closely, you can see it's not clear. It's got little smoky elements within it. This is a smoky quartz point, as is this one. That's a lot more obvious. That's smoky quartz. This one, however, this is a smoky quartz point. I was very, very drawn to it. I bought it in a market one day, and I have concluded that this is also smoky quartz. But look how unusual it looks. Look how unusual it looks. So these 3 crystals all look very different, but they're actually technically the same thing. They're actually the same crystal, but don't they look different? And I'm not sure what point my guides want me to make here, but it seemed very important that I should point that out. That which we ask for can look very different. Oh, I'd like some smoky quartz, please, for my birthday. You might get this, you might get this, you might get that. These all look very different. Be very specific. I think there's an element of specificity coming in here. There is advice about specificity, but there is also advice about how things may not look like we expect them to when we're manifesting, creating the future, particularly if it's something that we haven't done before, particularly if it's something we're not particularly expert in. And please believe me when I say I'm not expert in crystals. I'm really not. You know, I have a passing interest in them. Obviously, I love them, but I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination. You can give me this and you can bamboozle me. I won't know what it is. As we saw the other day, I had no idea what this was. I was trying desperately to work it out. Oh, look, there's like a little rabbit's face there. Can anyone else see the rabbit face? Little bunny face. Again, unexpected. This one just speaks of animals to me. I was picking up coal tits, you know, the little birdies I was telling you about. It's a bit like a chickadee in America. There's a little bunny face in there. It's a very magical, special crystal. And this one's also very special to me. But this is also very special for other reasons as well. This is much deeper, darker, more mysterious smoky quartz that I work with for other types of work. So, are we going to pull any cards? We're going to pull one. One from the Moonology. Because we're coming up to 10 minutes now and I should probably stop the video. I don't want to go on for too long. But here we go. Let's get one. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So, and on the bottom we've got believe in the impossible, blue moon. And what I want to say, and this is what I was said with the numbers, I want you to believe that things are possible that perhaps you can't even conceive of right now. I want you to believe that that which you desire is possible, even if you can't see how it would possibly happen. It's your belief, it's your faith, it's your heart that will help to create that which you desire. It is not outside circumstances which are to blame or to be thanked for that which we create. It is you, it is heart. That's where it comes from. And that's where I'm going to end today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.